Today we are going to walk with Blackmagic cinema camera. I am having the EF mount camera with me, and this camera is good for filming in daylight and with the lights. But if you have a passion for shooting in the night in the jungle or something like that, in a wildlife picture in the night, so you cannot go for this camera. This camera has a good sensor, everything is good, the audio input is good, everything, all the connections you can see it over here, everything is good. One by one you can see the points. The main thing lies with this camera is the sensor, and above the sensor there is a uh, and above the sensor there is an infrared filter, blue color infrared cut filter rather we say it. So that does not allows the infrared spectrum of the sunlight or the daylights or other lights to get into the sensor. That's why it gives a so good cinematic film quality picture. But in the nights only the option you can shoot without light. If you plan for like ghost hunting and all those things, you should have an infrared camera. And other infrared cameras are good, but maybe not, the picture main sensor quality is not so good as this Blackmagic cinema camera. So we can easily convert this to an infrared camera for the night shoot. Firstly, what you have to do, you have to remove this camera hood and everything. Let's do it with. There is one screw over here, and you can just remove it like this. The full hood comes out. I had bought a local hood from here. Just you keep it apart. Here is the camera with the lens and the body. Now it's easy to just remove the lens from here. You just press this switch and the lens comes out. You know, everybody who uses the Blackmagic camera, you get the lens over here. I generally use Tokina, Canon, Tamron, this type of lenses, good for it with the EF mount. Here is the camera with the fitted. You can see the filter over here. There's a mount. There's a blue. There's one filter over here over the sensor. So you have to remove that filter. Without that filter, only the sensor will be unprotective. So you should have an protection over that. Firstly, we have to remove this filter. So this is the main body of the camera. This is the mount. This is the switch for removing the lenses. Over here inside is that sensor. You can see it, and you can just you will not understand that there is a filter from here, but as I know it, I am telling that it is a blue infrared cut filter. So you have to remove that filter. It's very easy to remove. Many of us does not know this technique. So just what you have to do, you have to take two screwdrivers or something like that. You have to there is one pin mark over here. So you just use one of your nails over here in one of the group and the other screwdriver. You just rotate it anti-clockwise. If you rotate it anti-clockwise, this will get loosened. So you just slightly use your fingers like this to remove this cap over here. This is that screw type thing mounted on that filter. You keep it separately. Now you can see that filter, there is something like that, and on this side you can just see over here a small hole, and the rubber is mounted over here. So and the filter is more clear now, a blue filter over there. Now you have to take out the rubber hole. It's easy to do, just you have to go through this pin hole like this. Suppose you can see the camera. I'm trying to remove it. Just bit carefully so that the lens filter does not get anyhow damaged. Yeah, it has come out from one side. You can easily see it. Now just put one of your fingers like this to remove this rubber mounted over there. Keep the rubber separately over here. Now what you can do, you just can take a piece of cloth, a clean cloth or a muslin cloth, maybe a mop type for cleaning the lenses, those type of cloths, and just put it over it and just turn the camera. So this comes out your IR cut filter. This is IR cut filter over here. So I keep it safely. it's better keep it inside this cloth for further useful. Today in this tutorial we will also know something different. That firstly I told you that you can use this in this way you can use turn your Blackmagic camera to an infrared camera for shooting it without light in the night, like for ghost hunting or forest wildlife photography in the night without any light, using your IR and IR lighting system and just removing the IR cut filter. I showed you how to remove it. Another one thing, that Blackmagic is a very good camera for everyone. It sometimes happens that we do not get full support nearby to us, as because it's not possible for the camera company to give support just next to your door. So for a good technical support and good maintenance and servicing, you should always give it to the company itself, service center. For my Asia, that is Singapore, I send it. But that is the best. Don't go for any local dealer for changing or servicing your camera. But this is an emergency technique I am telling. On shooting time, suppose anyhow this IR filter I showed you that I took out, this IR filter gets scratched somehow while wiping the dirt outside. In that cases, you may be having marks on your pictures and all those things. And if it is within shooting schedules within 1 month or something like that, it's not possible to send the camera back to the service center to Singapore and again bringing back. It's a long process and then do it. So I give you just an emergency trick so that you can just continue your work. As because this Blackmagic camera gives you raw support, you can do anything with the DI using your Resolve software. A bit of color grading, just removing the red tone from the picture, can give you a comparatively good picture quality, not 100% as the fitted with the IR filter from the company. So what you can do, you can just buy an IR cut filter for any company. Likewise I got this IR cut filter from Marumi. I got it from Marumi. It's a 62mm filter. But this filter is only a 37mm filter. So what I did, I bought the filter from the company. I took it to a local glass cutter, and this was the 62mm filter ring. I took out the glass and I cut it into that same shape of 37mm for my emergency need if this gets done. So this is the piece of this cut it from this Marumi filter. It was a 62mm filter. I cut it into 37 for my emergency need. My IR filter also got scratched, but I did not get time to send it to the company for servicing. This is only for daytime or using lights. You can use this filter, just alternative of that IR cut filter that company has given for only emergency purposes. But I would suggest that if you have time, you should supply it to the company for complete servicing and changing of the filter. So now what you have to do? The thing you have to do, that you can just shoot with this, removing this IR filter. You can just shoot with removing this IR filter from here. But in that case, your sensor gets vulnerable to damages. Many things can get in. It can get infected. Dirts can come in, and that will be a cost-effective thing for the servicing. For an emergency need, what you can do, you can just locally get a piece of glass of 37mm size. I got it from the glass repairing shop. They use it on the top of wristwatch. So I got it from there. It costed me around, in Indian currency, it took me 20 bucks or 10 bucks, something like that. I don't remember. So I can just easily put this back, and that my camera will be turning into a IR camera for the night. So this is the process. Now you take this glass, clean, be careful so that you do not have fingerprints on this glass. You may clean it carefully, the glass inside over there. Now it's done. Just you have to put this ring safely. This will just lock the filter glass over there. This is a tricky job. You should be careful later, as because if the glass gets one-sided, then it will be tougher for you to put it back. Again, you have to remove the rubber and do it.
I suppose it's managed this time. It's got only one side is left. Yeah, it's got more or less fitted. Just push it inside a bit slowly to get it 100% locked with the airtight lock, so that nothing gets inside over there for the camera. Yeah, just use your muslin cloth to just once again clean, slowly, softly clean that any finger marks left over. Now it's already done. Yeah, now it's time to put this back again. In the same way, just put it over here. Just turn it slowly. That was anti-clockwise and this is clockwise. You just slowly push and turn it slowly until and unless it gets back and gets tight. Use your this nails or a bit of screwdriver to just lock a bit more tight. My nails are sufficient for me today. That's why I do not need anything else. Now you just can put back your lenses, and you can use this one for your further thing. I will do it afterwards. Just check whether the camera is on or not. Yeah, it's already on, and you have to check it with the settings. Yeah, this is 200, 1600. For your vision, your night vision system, for using it in the night for ghost hunting and other your hobbies. As because I'm not having that infrared lighting with me just right now, so I cannot show you for this checkup. But this is sure this is 100% working. I had checked it before. That's why I given this tutorial. So if you like it, please do subscribe to our channel AMS Digital Studio. Please do like, share and comment on our videos, and keep in touch to see more videos.